I am so blessed, and I'm so thankful. Thankful to you, thankful to all of our family and friends here today, but most thankful to God. Most people say that the moment they met their future spouse, they knew that they would one day be married. For me, it was a little bit different. When you walked into the Loose Moose that day, I felt so out of my league. You were beautiful, well-spoken, well-traveled, had your own place, and even a bunny. There's no chance that a woman like you would be interested in a guy like me, but as that day progressed, that feeling began to shift. I saw myself in all those aspects of your life and even taking care of a bunny, an animal that I would normally be hunting and slow cooking, rather than feeding blueberries and lettuce to. Lo and behold, and many months later, I am now Bun Bun's favorite, despite all of the crock pot jokes. I know that to many people and even the folks here today, what we're doing may seem crazy, and it honestly is, but it hasn't even been 2 years, but as the old saying goes, when you know, you know, and boy do I know. I love you so much, Stephanie. This may be crazy, but to be fair, we're both pretty crazy. It's a match quite literally made in heaven. On that note, and to be more corny, I'd like to recite a short poem. He who finds a man, cheese. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, but only God can put her in your path. So I found you. Shout out Elmer's Glue, the precious garment that has covered the nakedness of my singlehood, the wife material in this material world, tailor-made according to His will for me. My heart's desires without fabrication, the one who fits me, the one who I'm fit for. With you I gladly tie the knot, for you are the chain stitch that has hemmed my running ends. I'm no longer unfinished. You turned out to be the one suited for me, and my reasonable response is to cover you with love. Like I said, when we first began seeing each other, I was so blown away. In addition to all the very clear reasons to be blown away by a woman like you, the reason I was so blown away was that in the years leading up to finding you, I prayed for a very specific woman. I prayed for you, Stephanie, before I even knew you. You checked every single box of what I wanted and needed in my life and what I asked God for. That's why one of the first things I told you was that I'm not dating you to date, but that I'm dating you to marry. To my joy, you welcomed this, and now only a year and a half later, here we are, almost husband and wife, and I am so thankful. We make the best team. I remember emailing your dad in February stating my intention to marry you after only having met over a couple of awkward Zoom calls. In that long first email, I gave him a list of promises that I would keep with you as set out by the Bible on how a man should treat his wife. Those same promises that I gave your dad, I give you today. From Paul's letter to the Ephesians, I vow to love you as my own body and to lead you. From Paul's letter to the Colossians, I vow to treat you with gentleness and to never treat you harshly. From Solomon's Proverbs, I vow to focus on you and no other woman, and vow to praise you. And from the book of Hebrews, I vow to honor you in our marriage. Stephanie, I promise to love you without condition, to laugh with you when you're happy, and to support you when you're sad, to guide you when you need direction, and let you do the same for me. My life is yours forever. I give you my heart, and I don't want it back.
Lubomir Marchenko, it is an absolute gift from God to be standing here today across from you, hand in hand, promising our lives to one another. From our very first day, I knew you were different than any man I had ever encountered. You had planned out the day. We were going to meet at the bar, chat, maybe have a few drinks, and then head over to the baseball game you got us tickets for. You came prepared with 2 extra t-shirts and a plastic bag identical to the one you were wearing, just in case you nervous sweat through them, which you were quick to tell me about. Right off the bat, I thought you were funny and sweet. As the date went on, you took initiative and ordered me drinks you thought I'd like, carried my umbrella, and offered your arm as we walked. We talked about the things that mattered to us most, our families, values, and life views, and connected deeply. I remember feeling so carefree and safe with you. I knew I'd be seeing you again. At the end of our date, and after 3 shirt changes, you walked me home, kissed me on the cheek goodbye, and said you'd wait to hear from me. Only a few hours later, without waiting for me to get back to you, you reached out again, asking for a second date, suggesting drinking milk straight from the cow teat and shooting guns in the wilderness. Easy to say I was sold. A few weeks later, I called my dad telling him I met someone special. Though I wasn't a Christian at the time, somehow, the best way I could describe you was as a godly man. Your values, desires, and ambitions were overpoweringly pure and good. Slowly and gently, you started introducing talks of God into our relationship. You told me about your daily prayers, your plans of raising your children to know the love of God, and how you, and now our family, prayed for him to bring me into your life. I am forever humbled to be considered your answered prayer. Through your efforts and by God's grace, my heart gradually began softening, and I started accepting him back into my life. I am so grateful to say today that I know that God had used you as a loving vessel to bring me home. As time has passed, you have displayed your natural instincts to plan, protect, and provide. You carefully listen to the things I mention, and in front of my eyes, my dreams become my reality. You're an outstanding listener, consistent in the things you do, and I feel so secure under your leadership. You are my best friend, my lover, and the man who I trust to lead our union under Christ. So, Lou, to you I vow the following. I vow to always be a faithful and loving wife to you, both when it comes easy as well as when challenges arise. As quoted from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, I vow to encourage you in the things you do and acknowledge your efforts put forth for our family. I vow to respect you and uphold you both in my own eyes as well as the eyes of others. I vow to submit to you, your leadership, and your guidance, and trust you with my whole heart. When stressful situations come about, I vow to be present, to nurture and support you, and when needed, remind you that you are a loved child of God whose hard work does not go unseen. I vow to you that I will strive to be the wife depicted in Proverbs 31, a woman of noble and humble character, only bringing good to our family and working with eager hands. I vow to be by your side for better and for worse, for richer and poorer, and through sickness and through health. I also promise you the following. I promise to make your home a loving refuge where you feel nurtured and cared for always. I promise to be gracious in tough conversations and to bear with your more than normal strong reiteration game. I promise to pray with you when you're having trouble sleeping. I promise to always consider myself a work in progress and commit to being open to learning new ways to be the best wife to you. And lastly, I promise to wash, fold, and put away all your sweat-through t-shirts, no matter how many of them there are. Lou, I am so excited to grow with you through all seasons of life. It is an honor to become one with you today and to call myself your wife. I love you with my whole heart and forever.
You know I love you so. Jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line. I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. For you I bleed myself dry. It's true. Look how they shine for you. Look they shine for you. Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things that you do.